Generally, Palm Sunday is a long Mass with a short homily. That doesn't really seem to matter so much right now. Palm Sunday is all about Jesus coming into Jerusalem. The whole mess with Pontius Pilate and Judas and all of that, I mean, we heard it in the gospel today, but that's later. That's more Good Friday than Palm Sunday. Today is really supposed to be the happy occasion for Jesus' followers, a victory parade, or at least something that's like a victory parade. Jesus probably isn't having as much fun because he knows how the story is going to end, but he lets the day be a good one, knowing that there weren't too many left after Palm Sunday. So the lesson today is this. Jesus is celebrated as a king entering the city of his people. And for us, we also know that he is the Son of God, triumphantly entering the holy city of Jerusalem. But it is critical for us to understand that Christ is a different kind of king, and very different from any commonplace understanding of a God. The comparisons between kings and Christ and gods and Christ just don't work. Jesus is just too entirely unique. If you don't understand that, the entire gospel story will fail to make sense to you. And I hear things like this from time to time, ways to dismiss the idea of belief at its very source. What is a God but the most powerful being in the universe? What is God but the curtain hiding that which science has not yet mastered? What is God but a mere projection of our desires as people? I'm sure the list goes on. None of that appropriately describes God the Father, and it doesn't come close to the person that is Jesus Christ. He is an entirely different kind of king. He is not all-powerful in the traditional sense of the word. Our scientific understanding of the world does not change our relation to him, and he's certainly not a personification of what we desire as people, because he very often says things that people don't want to hear. And that is, of course, in addition to all the parts of the gospel where he sweats and bleeds like the rest of us. Projections aren't exactly known for that. To have faith, and I mean real faith, in the one God, maker of heaven and earth, you need to meet him as he is. If your faith requires God to be an all-powerful, invisible monarch in the sky, that faith isn't going to last. If you only have faith in God as long as he gives you what you want, your faith isn't going to last. But if you can believe that God is love, and that his love is revealed not in power, but in weakness, suffering, and humility, then your faith will be a never-ending source of life-giving water. We heard about that in the story of the Samaritan woman at the well. To receive Christ is like finding a well of water that never runs dry. But we must receive him as he is, not as we want him to be. Remember that this Palm Sunday. We receive him as he is, not as we want him to be. And I say it one more time. Christ is a different kind of king. He is the image of the Heavenly Father, but his power and glory is revealed in the suffering of the cross. He is the key to a divine grace that we are simply incapable of supplying for ourselves. He is a different kind of king, and he is unlike anything that comes before or after. And we will see that unfold in the coming days of Holy Week.